the 4th of December, and if you haven't been watching my videos for the past 3 days, please do. Day 3 of December Diaries was uploaded just a couple of hours back, and I don't know whether these videos are of interest to you, but I really hope that they are helpful to you. Today I've been going through a few of my old diaries, and so I have some of them here. These are some of my old diaries, not all of them, and I've just been going through them today. And to be honest with you, I don't recognize the girl in those pages. I can't believe that it is me who's written all those things. And as I read through certain situations and things that I was feeling that I've actually forgotten now, I'm just thinking how thankful I am for all that happened to me, the good, the bad, and the ugly, especially the ugly. Though I certainly would have loved to not have or have to go through certain situations in my life, looking back now, looking back at what I went through, I can see why those experiences have been helpful to me and why those experiences have made me who I am today. Looking back, I can see why every single experience, every single emotion that I went through mattered to the life I have right now. If I had to tell teenage Rhoda something, I would say that the world is not coming to an end. Even though it felt like it at the time, it did not end. Like, that was not the end of the world. And you are gonna get past this, like way past this, because as I read those words I wrote many years ago, I can think of only one thing, and that is, look how far I've come. And I'm so thankful to God, and I'm so thankful to my experiences, and I'm so thankful to the people in my life who've helped me to come this far. I am still nowhere near where I want to be, but I am definitely moving forward. I definitely have moved forward from the past. And I can see that very clearly now when I look back and read what I had written in those times. Realizing the fact that I've actually moved forward, that I've actually grown as a person since then, is such a good feeling to have. That's a good realization to have, because I have always wanted something more. I wanted more meaning in my life. I wanted more growth and development. I wanted to be more contributive to this world. And surprisingly, that's not a new desire, because when I look at what I've written, there have been times when I've expressed that desire, even in the midst of all that I was going through, even in the midst of all the chaos, even in the midst of the ugly. And I'm so thankful to have that desire in me, because that is the thing that is constantly pushing me forward. Because if I did not have that drive or that desire to find meaning in my life, I think I would have been bored by life already. So though I wish that I could give some words of advice to teenage Rhoda that would help her in her journey, that's something I can't do. I can't go back in time, obviously, but I can give reminders to myself right now, and I can give reminders to you guys who might be like me, who have a desire for a more meaningful life and who want to succeed in a way that is different from the world's definition of success. So the first reminder I want to give myself and you listening is that don't ever stop learning and growing. I think all of us have this desire when we are younger that we want to grow and we want to develop and we want to evolve as human beings, both professionally and personally. But when we get into the routine of life, when we get into this routine of a job, or even before that, we have school, we have college, we have a job, we have family, we have responsibilities, we have a house, we have a spouse, we have children, and in that whole process of routine we lose sight of our desire to grow and our desire to learn and our desire to evolve. And so I want to remind you, as I want to remind myself, that don't ever let go of that desire to grow, because we can never know enough, we can never learn enough, and we can never reach that place where we can say this is it. If we lose sight of that desire, I think our life becomes very mundane, our life becomes very routine. It might not seem like that to you right now, but over the years, if you continue that routine, I bet you that one day you'll wake up and wonder, is this it? Is this what life was supposed to be? And I don't want anybody to feel that way. The second reminder I want to give myself is to keep going. There might be days that life seems very mundane, that things seem very normal, that there is nothing exciting or challenging in life, and that might make you say, why am I trying this hard? Why am I giving in so much of effort to become a better person? Why am I putting in such hard work to become better at what I do or who I am, when there are other people in the world who seem to not care, and they're just floating through life and they seem happier than I am? But regardless of that feeling, I want to remind myself and I want to remind you that this is just a feeling, and we can work through our feelings, we can work through our emotions, we can work through this phase in life, but we need to keep going, because if we stop, we're not going to be able to move forward. And so that's the second reminder I want to give you guys. It's like that story, I don't know if you've heard it, I remember a picture of it, is when there's a man trying to reach somewhere and he's digging and digging and digging and digging, and he reaches this part, and at this part where if he digs just a little bit more he reaches where he wants to reach, he gives up, and he gives up here and stops. And I think many of us are at that point. We're at this point where we can't see anything inside, we can't see the destination, and so we think it's not there, maybe it's not there. But if we just keep on pushing, 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 we will reach the destination. We will find a life that gives us meaning and satisfaction, and that's the life I want to live. And so that's my second reminder to you and to myself. The third reminder I want to give myself and to you is to hold on to that feeling of satisfaction after a job well done, or a job that has meaning. All of us know that feeling of satisfaction when we do something that has so much meaning and so much purpose, that we are so proud of ourselves and we are so happy and satisfied internally, regardless of what other people around us are saying or doing. We're just happy. We all know that feeling, and I want to remind you to hold on to that feeling, because there's more of that to come in your life. That feeling of satisfaction, internal satisfaction, satisfaction that is not based on any kind of reward, external appreciation. It is only based on your desire and the fulfillment of that desire to have a life of meaning. So unless and until we hold on to that, we won't be able to see it as tangible. We'll just see it as something that somebody talked about, but it's not true. But it's actually true. There is a life possible where you get up every day and be happy in your soul. You get up every day and are excited about your life. That life is possible, but hold on to that feeling, because that feeling is what will make you get up every morning and do what you have to do and keep pushing and finally reach that place where you are constantly living a life with meaning. As you keep moving forward, as you keep doing things that make sense to you, as you keep doing things that stir up the fire within you, I promise you, you're going to get that feeling again. And not only once, but not only twice, but it will be a constant in your life. So my hope for you, my hope for myself, my hope for everybody watching this video is that we look at our past not with anger, not with resentment, not with guilt, but with a knowledge and a realization that it had to happen. It had to happen because there was a purpose behind it happening. And I know that there are circumstances that people have gone through that I cannot even imagine, but there is still some meaning behind that. There is still some purpose behind that. And if you're still resentful about it, if you're still angry about it, I just read today in one book called Letting Go by David Hawkins, where he said that, I'm just paraphrasing, but he said that having the realization that certain experiences in life had to happen, there were certain experiences in life that you had to go through, understanding that starts the healing process. And so if you feel that thinking about your past or thinking about what you went through has hurt you or angered you, then realize that it was meant to happen, that it had a purpose, it served a purpose. No matter how hard it was to go through, it served a purpose, and maybe your healing process will start. And as soon as you start your healing from your past, you can look forward towards the future, because you are not defined by your past, you are not defined by what went down in the past, you are defined by who you are right now and who you will be. And I think we should be thankful for the past, and we should look forward towards the future. And so I thank you for watching this video, and I hope that it was helpful to you as I reflected over my life, that you too may reflect over your life, reflect over your past, but more importantly, look towards your future.